morning. Once again, I welcome you to the abstract algebra class. So let's get into the class. We just left last class in a cliffhanger, I suppose. Okay, HK equal to HK is not a subgroup of G. I just proved it with an example. HK is not a subgroup of G. Okay, I just explained this with the example we are taking considering the S3. Okay, taking the group as S3, G as S3, and H as some subgroup, two order subgroup, E comma 1 2, and AK to be another two order subgroup, E comma 1 3. Two order means the number of elements in the group. Okay, this is two order. Okay, two order subgroup. With this particular example, I can able to get into this particular conclusion. HK is not a subgroup of G. Now the question arises, when can HK be a subgroup of G? Is it any possibility that HK can be a subgroup of G? The answer is yes. HK can be a subgroup of G. Can be a subgroup of G under certain conditions. Okay, under certain conditions. There are conditions which should H and K should satisfy so that HK becomes a subgroup of G. That's going to be our next lemma. Okay. So lemma, HK is a subgroup of G. HK is a subgroup of G. If and only if, okay, if and only if I can use if and only if, or I can use IFF. Some books they use only IFF instead of if and only if. Okay. If and only if HK equal to KH. So proof. Before going to the proof, there are two statements involved in this particular lemma. Okay, HK is a subgroup of G. This is a statement. Let it be P. Okay, HK equal to KH. This is another statement. Let it be Q. Okay, since it's if and only if, that is, it is true in both the directions. That is, if P is true, then Q is true. That is, P implies Q. If P is true, then Q is true. Since it's if and only if, the reverse direction is also true. That is, Q implies P. That is, if Q is true, then P is also true. So reverse direction. So merging these two or combining these two will get P if and only if Q. P is true if Q is true, and similarly Q is true if P is true. Okay. So this is the meaning of it. So HK is a subgroup of G if and only if HK equal to K. That means HK is a subgroup of G only if this particular condition satisfies. Okay. Other than that, it will not be a subgroup of it. That's the lemma's statement. Okay. For example, if we take some people, okay, let X be some student in our class. Let it be anyone. Okay. Let it be X. Okay. Now, under a statement, if there is a statement like X listens to the class when it comes to when it is only up to 9 to 10 o'clock. Okay, X listens the class when it is 9 to 10 a.m. only in the morning, 9 to 10 a.m. Okay, there's a difference between this statement and X listens to the class if it is morning 9 to 10. Okay, there are differences. The second statement stands as a general term because X listens to the class when it is between 9 and 10. Okay, that doesn't say about the remaining time. X listens in the class up to 9 to 10. That's it. What about other maybe 10 to 10:30 or 10 to 11 or 11 to 12 or remaining hours? It doesn't say about that. So it is much generalization. We can assume that particular X either listens or doesn't listen. Okay, that depends upon the surrounding. But between 9 and 10, he listens. That is true. Okay. Whereas the first statement, X listens only to the class which happens between 9 to 10. X வந்து 9 to 10 மட்டும்தான் கவனிப்பான் அப்படின்னா ரிமைனிங் கிளாஸ் வந்து it is more of peculiar. Okay, other than 9 to 10 வந்து it never listens. Okay, there's a difference between the only in the word வந்து it makes such a difference. Okay, this is the same ideology. XK is a subgroup of G if and only if means only if HK equal to KH. Okay, other than this HK will not be a subgroup of G. Okay, so let's prove it. How it can be proved? So we have to assume something. We have to assume the statement P and prove statement Q. Then we have to assume the statement Q, then statement P, because since it is two-way lemma, two-way we have to prove. Okay, if and only if irukanaala rendu velila you have to prove it. First, I am going to prove Q implies P. Okay, Q implies P. Suppose that G is a group and HK are subgroups of G. H comma K are subgroups of G. Okay, now assume that HK equal to KH. We have assumed that the statement Q is true. Now we need to prove that statement P is true. So to prove HK is a subgroup of G. Okay, second, sorry. I'm sorry. HK is a subgroup of G. This is quite easy. To prove HK is a subgroup, we need to prove only two conditions, right? What are they? Closure and inverse condition. That is, we need to verify that HK satisfies closure and inverse. Closure and inverse property. That's it. If these two conditions are satisfied by the set HK, then it becomes a subgroup of G. Okay. So let H belongs to H and K belongs to K. Okay. H and I am just taking one element and K and I am just taking another element. Now, given that HK equal to KH, right? We have assumed that HK equal to KH. Given that HK equal to KH. Therefore, HK is equal to, I can write it as K1 H1. For some K1 belongs to K and H1 belongs to H. Okay. Now HK equal to KH, now that doesn't imply that HK equal to KH. This becomes commutative property or it becomes abelian. This is not true. Okay. HK equal to KH implies that you take an element from H, you take an element from H, you take another element from K. Okay, K. If you operate it in that multiplication, if you operate it, you will get an answer. Say L and you get an answer. Okay. Next, you take another element other than K, K1, and similarly another element H1. If you operate it, you will get the same element L. That's the meaning of it. Okay. If HK is equal to L, then there exists another two H1 or K1 which gives me the same element L. So this is the meaning of it. This is HK equal to H1 K1. This is the meaning of capital HK equal to KH. Okay, that doesn't mean small HK equal to KH. This analogy or inference is wrong. This is wrong. Okay, HK equal to KH or meaning of this. If they are equal, then HK equal to K1 H1. Now the example when I try to use when I try to teach the normal subgroups, I will tell you. Okay, so HK equal to K1H. For some K1 belongs to K and H1 belongs to K. Okay. Now you have to prove that it is closed. Suppose that first closure proof. Suppose that X belongs to HK. I just taken X belongs to HK. Okay. Then H is equal to HK. Some HK. X equal to HK. Okay. Now, similarly, I'm just taking Y belongs to HK. And Y is equal to H dash K dash. Okay. Okay, and element I am just taking two elements x and y, then the operation between them should be in HK. That's the closure property. To prove that x y belongs to HK, this is the closure property. X comma y belongs to HK, x y belongs to HK. So HK I can write x as HK and y some h dash k dash for h comma h dash belongs to h and y comma k comma k dash belongs to k. Okay, now I have to prove that xy belongs to HK. Therefore, xy equal to, that's left side, equal to HK h dash k dash equal to, using associative, I can write it as h as k h dash k dash. Okay, what is k h dash? K h dash is, k h dash belongs to, let it be given, k h dash belongs to kh, because first letter is k, second letter is h. So kh dash belongs to kh. Okay, but we know that kh is equal to hk. Okay, therefore I can write kh dash belongs to hk. Since kh is equal to hk, kh dash belongs to hk, which implies kh dash can be written as some hk irukadnala I can write it as h2k2 for some h2k2. Okay. See, kh dash na enna artham appadina, first letter enna irukko you have to prove that to be, you have to write like that. Okay, kh dash belongs to hk. Okay, therefore hk la kh dash irukradnala I can write it as k h2k2. Okay, first letter h, second letter k, h2k2. Therefore kh dash equal to h2k2. Okay, now I am going to substitute this in equation 1 so that I get xy is equal to h into, instead of k h dash I can write it as hk2 k dash, which is equal to, I am using the associative hh2 k2 k dash. Since h is a subgroup, h belongs to h, h2 belongs to h, therefore the closure it belongs to h. Similarly for k, it belongs to k, therefore first the h irukku, second is in the it's in k, therefore I can write it as h3, some value h3, and this is as k3, where h3 is equal to hh2 and k3 is equal to k2 k dash. So in the formula hk, therefore it belongs to hk, which implies xy belongs to hk, therefore closure is satisfied. Okay, its easy closure is easily satisfied. Okay, now suppose we have to do the inverse, right? Let x belongs to hk. To prove x inverse belongs to hk, we have to prove this. Okay, x equal to hk. Okay, x equal to hk. Now x inverse, what is x inverse? X inverse equal to hk the whole inverse. Hk the whole inverse equal to Sawkesbury property, k inverse h inverse. Okay, k inverse h inverse. Definitely k inverse h inverse belongs to kh, because first letter under k, second letter h, k is a subgroup, h is a subgroup. Since k belongs to k, k inverse also belongs to k. Other logic for h, therefore it belongs to kh. Okay, therefore h inverse belongs to kh. Okay, our k inverse h inverse belongs to kh, but we know that kh equal to hk, therefore h inverse belongs to hk. Okay, hence the inverse property holds. Therefore hk is a subgroup of G. It's simple, it's very easy. Now we have to assume the another direction, that's called converse direction. Okay, converse part. Conversely, you have to use the converse part. Conversely, either converse, either direct, whatever you take, it is a direct. The other one is converse. Either converse, other converse, either converse, whatever you take first, it's a direct. Other one is converse. That's it. Okay. So conversely, the if and only if you are on the logic. Okay. Conversely, you have to assume that HK is a subgroup of G. Hk is a subgroup of G. That is, P implies Q. Hk is a subgroup of G. To prove that, conversely assume that. Okay, I'm sorry. Conversely assume that H is a subgroup of G. To prove KH equal to HK or HK equal to KH. Okay, this we need to prove it. Now consider HK equal to KH in group 1. No, HK is subgroup of G. You have to assume it. Okay, let H belongs to H and K belongs to K. Okay, so K belongs to K. Okay, H belongs to H, K belongs to H, which implies H inverse belongs to H, K inverse belongs to K. Since H and K are subgroups, that inverse okay. Now, which implies H inverse K inverse belongs to HK. Okay, H inverse K inverse belongs to HK. Therefore, the inverse of this will also be in HK, which implies KH the whole inverse of KH the whole inverse belongs to HK. Since HK is a subgroup, HK subgroup we just assumed it. Since HK is a subgroup of G, the inverse so KH the inverse belongs to HK. Okay. Now what is KH inverse? Okay, KH inverse belongs to HK. Okay. One second, guys. KH inverse belongs to HK, which implies KH belongs to HK. Inverse element and element it will be inside HK. Therefore, KH also belongs to HK. But we know that what is this? First element is the second element. First element is K, second element is A. We know that KH belongs to capital KH, right? KH, initially KH belongs to capital KH. Now we have derived that KH belongs to HK, which implies KH is subset of HK. This is the strategy. Equal to you should be proof on. Okay, you take an element from one thing and have to prove that it is true in another one. So other proof on KH belongs to KA, KK. Therefore, KH subset of HK. Okay, this is initial KH on the KH it will be there because first letter is K, second letter is H. You have to proceed it, and we just came that KH belongs to HK. Therefore, KH is subset of HK. Now we need to prove that HK is subset of KH is a proof one. To prove HK is subset of KH, let X belongs to HK. Okay, let X belongs to HK. Array logic. You have to take an element from here and you have to show that this particular element is in KH. So X belongs to KH. Now X inverse belongs to HK. Since it's a subgroup, it's other inverse of HK. Okay. So since X inverse belongs to HK, I can write X inverse as equal to some HK, H dash K dash. For some H dash belongs to H and K dash belongs to K. Notation on different H3, K3, H4, K4, you can use it. Okay, but you have to mention that what is H3 and what is K3. Right side you have to mention what is H. Notation use. Okay, but you have to mention it in the right side. H inverse equal to H dash. Okay, H dash K dash. Therefore, X is equal to what is X? What is X? X is nothing but H dash K dash the whole inverse. Because X inverse the whole inverse equal to X. So if I apply the inverse over here, I will get X. Therefore, H dash K dash inverse, which is nothing but you have to apply the Saussure property, which is nothing but K dash inverse into H dash inverse. inverse. Okay, this is nothing but kh. Since the first element in the k dash, second element is h dash, h. Okay, so it belongs to kh. K dash h inverse belongs to kh, which implies x belongs to kh. Therefore, hk is subset of kh. Hence the lemma. Hence we have proved the lemma. Okay, this is what the lemma says. Next corollary. It's very easy, straightforward corollary. If h and k are subgroups of, if hk are subgroups of the abelian group G. Okay, G is abelian. Okay, abelian group G. Abelian enna theriyum nenikiren. Okay, the commutative property hold down. Okay, then hk is a subgroup of G. Another concept. Okay, this is important, not necessarily important corollary, but you can somewhat get the idea behind it. Yeah, HK are subgroups of the abelian group G. Then HK is a subgroup of G. Or G in the abelian group, automatically HK will be a subgroup of G. Yeah, abelian group AB is equal to BA. For all A comma B belongs to the group G. Similarly, HKO equal to KHR. Automatically previous lemma it will be satisfied. Okay, so it's just an extension of the previous lemma, nothing to do with. Next theorem, which is quite important one in this particular unit. Okay, for 8 mark important one. Lagrange's theorem is important in 20 marks. Okay, this is important in 8 marks. So if a quite challenging one, problem is easier, it's quite easy, but it's challenging. Okay, to understand. If H and K are finite subgroups of G, so I ask you to pay a little more attention of G of order of H and order of K. Update denote. Okay, instead of M and N, he has used order of H and order of K respectively. Then order of HK is equal to order of H into order of K divided by order of H intersection K. Okay, so this is the theorem. The theorem enna solludha appdi pathina the HK subset பத்தி நம்ம இன்னும் டிஸ்கஸ் பண்ணல. அந்த subset உள்ள cardinality of subset. Okay, what is the cardinality of the subset அப்படிங்கிற மாதிரி தான் கேட்குறான். எத்தனை எலிமெண்ட் இருக்கும் சப்செட் அந்த HK அந்த சப்செட்டுக்குள்ள, how many elements will be there, is there any way to find it அப்படின்னா this is the formula. So order of HK is equal to order of H into order of K divided by order of H intersection K. Okay, we are going to prove this theorem based on logic which is hard to digest. It's quite simple, but the first time in theory paper you are just studying, so it might find some difficult to grasp the concept. So let it be. Okay, you have to go and look at some books. Book படிச்சாதான் இந்த லாஜிக்லாம் உனக்கு கொஞ்சமாவது இது பண்ண முடியும், கிராஸ்ப் பண்ண முடியும். Okay, so let's see. Order of HK is equal to order of H and order of K divided by order of H intersection K. This we have to prove. Now the first case. Okay, case என்னன்னு பாத்தீங்கன்னா case 1. First case, I'm going to prove this theorem based on several possibilities. Other case 1, case 2 use பண்ணுவாங்க. Several possibilities. First possibility or first case is, what if the order of H intersection K is 1? Okay, that is H லையும் K லையும் ஒரே எலிமெண்ட் மட்டும் தான் இன்டர்செக்ஷன் இருக்கும். ஓகே, அது என்ன எலிமெண்டா இருக்கும் கேட்டா பதில் வருமானு எனக்கு தெரியல. ஓகே, let me ask the question. H-க்கும் K-க்கும் காமனா ஒரு எலிமெண்ட் கண்டிப்பா இருந்தே ஆகணும். What is that particular element? Let me ask you the question.
Identity element, sir.
Yes, identity element. Good. Since H is a subgroup, identity element will be in that particular H. Similarly, if K is the subgroup, identity element will be in the K. Okay, so H intersection K வந்து if there are subgroups, H is subgroup and K is a subgroup of G, they can never be disjoint. Intersection வந்து MTA வராது. ஏன்னா identity element will be there. At least identity element will be there. Okay, identity element மட்டும்தான் இருக்கும்னா no, I can't say that, but at least the identity element will be present there. Okay, other than element of the depends upon the nature of the subgroups and groups. Okay, so at least what I am trying to say is at least one will be there. Okay, so I am just taking that. What if only the identity element is present there? That is order of H intersection K is 1. Okay, only identity element is present there. I am just taking that particular possibility. I am going to prove that. Then what I have to prove is, then to prove that order of HK is equal to order of H into order of K. That's it. Key division on the 1. So I need not prove it. This I have to prove only this. Order of H is equal to order of H into order of K. Okay. Now let. So HK and that I'm going to take some element. X belongs to HK. Okay. Now X can be written as HK. Okay, since X belongs to H, I can write X is equal to HK for some H belongs to H and K belongs to K. Okay. Next, if there are, okay, suppose if there is another element, okay, X equal to HK for some H and K. I have to list some elements. H is equal to, okay, coming to the example, okay, example is I think I need to explain this. So H on the K on there some 4 and 5 and assume. What is HK? HK intersecting 1 into 4, right? So 4, next 1 into 5, 5, next 2 into 4, 2 into 4, 8, next 2 into 5, 10, 3 into 4, 12, next 3 into 5, 15. Okay, you got totally 6 elements here. Okay, 6 elements in HK has 6 elements. There are 6 elements. K has 2 elements and H has 3 elements. The 3 elements of H intersection K, H intersection K is empty. Okay, so that you got 3 into 2 is 6. That's the proof. Order of HK equal to order of H into order of K. E on the, since it's a set, I just take it to be a set, not a group. Set to just take it. So HK equal to, so that we got 3 into 2 as 6. If in case one of the elements is present in both, if one of the elements H is equal to 1, 2, 3 and K is equal to say 2 and 5, what happens? HK is equal to 1 into 2, 2, 1 into 5, 5, 2 into 4, 2 into 5, 10, 3 into 2, 6, 3 into 5, 15. Any repetition? Repetition occur 2, 5, 4, 10, 6, 15. No. Intersection here. End element is 1, 2, 3. I'm just taking it to be 4. K is equal to 2, 3. Okay, let it be 2, 3. H equal to 1, 2, 3, 4. So total 8 elements are okay. So HK is equal to 2, 3. Then 1 into 2. Next 4, 6. Next 6, 9. Next 8, 12. So 6 is repeated, so I have to cancel 1, 6. Next where are the repeated? 2, 3, 4, 6, 8, 9, 12. There is no repetition occurs. Over 6 it just occurs. Okay. So order of HK it just it is less than the order of H into order of K. Because the 6 can be represented as 2 into 3. Similarly, 2 into 3, similarly 3 into 2. Okay, ரெண்டு வேல வந்துருச்சு. That is, if this is H and this is K, similarly this is K and this is this is H and this is K. Both are not equal. H and the H and the H are not equal. The H dash use பண்ணிக்கோ. Okay, let it be H dash. Okay, in the H is not equal to this H dash. H is not equal to H dash. Similarly, K is not equal to K dash. Okay, 2 is not equal to 3 and the element is not equal to this particular element. Though these both are in K and these are in H. Okay, still multiplication is a duplicate பண்ணிருச்சு. The 6 வந்து I can able to write in two different forms. அதனால என்ன ஆயிடுச்சுன்னா ஒன்னு குறைஞ்சிருச்சு. Okay, இது செட்ல I'm not talking about the group, I'm just talking about the sets. Okay, so groupல வந்து ஐடென்டி எலிமெண்ட் அதெல்லாம் இன்னும் கொஞ்சம் காம்ப்ளிகேட்டடா இருக்கறதுனால just taken only the set. சரியா? இப்போ இந்த காம்போசிட் நம்பர்ல தான் இந்த பிரச்சனை வரும். Similarly, if you take it 8 அதே மாதிரி வந்து I think if you take 8 or some other number 8 எடுத்துக்கணும் அப்படின்னு பார்த்தீங்கன்னா I can write 8 as 2 into 4. Similarly 4 into 2, அப்புறம் 8 into 1, 1 into 8. இந்த மாதிரி 4 பாசிபிலிட்டி இருக்கு, 4 டூப்ளிகேஷன்ஸ் வரும். 8 into 4 டூப்ளிகேஷன்ஸ் we can represent. If this 1 2 4 8, இந்த 1 2 4 8 வந்து H ல இருந்தது, இதுவும் K ல இருந்தது அப்படின்னு பார்த்தீங்கன்னா you will get 8 as 4 duplications. Okay, so ஒரே நம்பரை 4 இதை நம்ம என்ன பண்ணிருப்போம் அப்படின்னா ரிப்பீட் ஆகிட்டே இருக்கும். We just think that HK are distinct, but it just moves on. I don't know what happened. சரியா? This is what happens. Okay, இதுதான் நடக்குது, இது நடக்க கூடாது. சோ அப்ப என்ன பண்ணணும்? What we need to assume that இல்ல இதெல்லாம் வந்து ரிப்பீட் ஆகல. ஓகே, இந்த மாதிரி வந்து it's not repeating அப்படி நம்ம எப்படி ப்ரூவ் பண்ணோம் அப்படின்னு பார்த்தீங்கன்னா suppose if it is repeating. Okay, அதுதான் நம்ம யூஸ் பண்ணோம். Suppose that HK is equal to, that is X can be represented as both the ways. HK equal to H dash K dash. Okay, and X on the HK ன்னு சொல்லிட்டேன். Suppose X can be even represented as H dash K dash. அங்க எப்படி 6 க்கு வந்து 2 into 3 ன்னு ரெப்ரசன்ட் பண்ண மாதிரி 3 into 2 ரெப்ரசன்ட் ஆச்சோ அதே மாதிரி இங்க I'm going to take this is X. Okay, this is H dash K dash. Okay, இந்த மாதிரி இருந்தா என்ன ஆகும்? HK equal to H dash K dash. What happens அப்படின்னு assume பண்ணி you have to commit as you have to prove it in the contradiction method. You prove the direct part. Okay, so HK equal to H dash K dash. Now என்ன பண்ண போறோம் அப்படின்னு பார்த்தீங்கன்னா left side ல I'm going to operate it with once again H dash inverse. Left side ல I'm going to operate it with H dash inverse. H dash inverse on both sides. Left manipulation ல. So என்ன ஆகும்னா H dash inverse HK equal to K dash வரும். Because இது E ஆயிடும். Okay, apply பண்ணும் E ன்னு. Okay, left side ல apply பண்ணும். இந்த இடத்துல you have to operate. Okay, so H dash inverse HK equal to K dash. Similarly, what I'm going to do is I'm going to apply K inverse on both sides. So K inverse apply பண்ணும்போது what happens அப்படின்னு பார்த்தீங்கன்னா H dash inverse K inverse equal to K dash K inverse. So the K inverse is E item. So H dash H inverse H is equal to K dash K inverse. Okay. Now, if you take it, what is H dash inverse H? Where does this belong? Okay. H dash inverse only H level because H is a subgroup. H dash subgroup level. H dash inverse is also in subgroup. Similarly, H is also in subgroup H. Now H is subgroup. The closure of this will also be in H. Similar logic for K dash K inverse. This logic is K dash K inverse. They both will belong in K. Since they are equal, H dash inverse H வந்து K dash inverse ரெண்டுமே equal இல்ல. இது வந்து H லயே இருக்கும், இது வந்து K லயே இருக்கும். அதே மாதிரி இது K லயே இருக்கும், it will be in H. Since H dash inverse H is equal to K dash K inverse, they both are equal. Therefore, அது ரெண்டுலயும் இருக்கு, K லயும் H லயும் இருக்கும். Which implies H dash inverse H belongs to H intersection K. Correct? ரெண்டுலயும் தான் அந்த I can write it. But we know that H intersection K is only identity element. Identity element மட்டும் தான் இருக்க முடியும். which implies அப்ப ஐடென்டி எலிமெண்ட் இருக்கு அப்படின்னா அப்ப h dash h னும் அது h இன்டர்செக்ஷன்ல இட் இஸ் தேர் அப்படின்னா அப்ப வேற ஒரே பாசிபிலிட்டி இல்லைங்க h dash h இன்வெர்ஸ் தான் h தான் ஐடென்டி எலிமெண்ட் h dash inverse h தான் வந்து it will be identity element. Okay இன்னைக்கு இவ்வளவு இதாவது h dash h inverse equal to e. Now from this I can say that h is equal to h dash. Correct? H is equal to h dash. And operating h dash on both sides, என்ன ஆகும்னா இதுல e ஆயிடும் இதுல h dash ஆயிடும். Similar logic for k dash k inverse. அதே logic தான் implies k dash k inverse belongs to h intersection k. Therefore k dash k inverse equal to e. Therefore k dash equal to a. Okay, இதுல நம்ம என்ன ப்ரூவ் பண்ணிருக்கோம் if x is equal to hk and x is equal to h dash k dash இது ரெண்டுமே ஒண்ணுதான் h உம் k உம் சேமா இருந்தாலும் h and h dash k and k dash both are same hence the direct part. Okay, so இதுல வந்து என்ன சொல்றோம் அப்படினு பாத்தீங்கன்னா since e நால any hk belongs to hk is represented only once, exactly once is represented or is represented exactly once. There is no duplications, there is no repetitions. Okay, repetitions because if there is a repetition we just prove that that's not a repetition. Rendume equal da we prove paniyachu. So there is no repetition in this particular thing. Therefore the theorem is proved here. Order of h into order of hk is equal to order of h into order of k. We have proved the theorem in this particular case. Next, case 2. That's the general form, general k. That is h intersection k, order of h intersection k is not equal to 1. That is h intersection k contains more than one element. Okay, element but more than one element. It has more than one element. That's much general case. If a general case, we have to tackle it. Okay. இப்போ என்ன நம்ம we are going to claim அப்படின்னு பார்த்தீங்கன்னா the repetition occur ஆகும் கண்டிப்பா repetition is going to occur. Okay, the repetition ஏன்னா order of hk equal to order of h into order of k னு நம்ம ப்ரூவ் பண்ணனும்னா repetitionே வரக்கூடாது. இப்போ நம்ம என்ன ப்ரூவ் பண்ண போறோம் அப்படின்னு பார்த்தீங்கன்னா order of hk is equal to order of h into order of k divided by something, divided by order of h intersection k. So we are going to claim that the repetition occurs and it occurs order of h intersection k times. அந்த ஆர்டர் எத்தனை தடவை நடக்கும் அப்படின்னு பார்த்தீங்கன்னா ஆர்டர் ஆஃப் h intersection k என்ன நம்பரோ அத்தனை தடவை வந்து ரெப்பிட்டிஷன் நடக்கும். ஒரு hkன்ற வேல்யூ வந்து ஆர்டர் ஆஃப் h intersection k டைம்ஸ் வந்து ரெப்ரசென்ட் பண்ணலாம். அங்க 6 வந்து ரெண்டா வந்து நம்ம வந்து ரெப்ரசென்ட் பண்ண முடியும். 2 into 3 similarly 3 into 2. So ரெண்டு தடவை 1 ரெண்டு தடவை நம்மளால பண்ண முடியுது. இந்த குரூப்பா இருக்கிறதுனால ஈஸியா வந்து we can find it, that is 2. So order of h intersection is k is 2 அப்படிங்கறத நம்ம ப்ரூவ் பண்ணிருக்கோம். இதுதான் வந்து we are going to claim பண்றோம். இதுதான் இருக்கும் அப்படின்னு claim பண்றோம். அது எப்படி அப்படின்னு பாருங்க. suppose x belongs to hk, therefore x is equal to hk. So hk and k I can write it as hk எப்படி எழுதலாம்னு பாத்தீங்கன்னா h1 inverse k. இது என்னன்னா ஒரு லாஜிக் இல்ல. hk is equal to h-e-k அப்படி எழுதிக்கலாம். ஓகே, ஐடென்டி எலிமெண்ட் e. I can impose ஐடென்டி எலிமெண்ட் e. அதுக்கு அடுத்து e க்கு பதிலா I can use h1 inverse for h1 belongs to h. ஓகே, இப்படி எழுதிக்கலாம். Now next step, associative property ல h1 inverse k. ஓகே, நல்லா நோட் பண்ணி பாத்தீங்கன்னா இந்த h1 inverse என்னன்னு பாத்தீங்கன்னா it is an e. It's nothing but e. அப்ப e வந்து எங்க இருக்குன்னு பாத்தீங்கன்னா h intersection k ல இருக்கும். அப்ப h1 h inverse எங்க இருக்கும்? It also being h intersection k. அப்போ ஒரு HK how can I write it? H1 inverse. Okay, எத்தனை H1 இருக்கோ அத்தனை இதை வச்சு நம்ம வந்து என்ன பண்ணலாம் அப்படின்னா I can able to write it H1 into H1 inverse K. Okay, so இந்த மாதிரி வந்து I can able to write it. Let it be equation 1 H1 inverse K. So ஒரு HK ஒரு element in from HK I can able to write in all these forms H1 inverse K for some H1. And H1 எங்க இருக்குன்னு பாத்தீங்கன்னா it belongs to H intersection K. Okay, H1 H inverse வந்து H intersection K ல இருக்கு. Fine. H1 belongs to H1 intersection K. So இப்போ suppose H2 இருந்ததுன்னா என்ன ஆகும்? In the place of H1 I can substitute H2. அதே மாதிரி H3 ல இருந்ததுன்னா H3. So if all the elements in H intersection K ல எத்தனை element இருக்கோ, okay, if there are n elements I can use that n elements in the place of H1 inverse use பண்ணிக்கலாம். So HK வந்து how many elements I can even represent n times n values வச்சு I can represent. Okay, that is order of H intersection K times. எத்தனை வேல்யூ இருக்கோ order of H intersection K எத்தனை எலிமெண்ட்ஸ் இருக்கோ அத்தனை எலிமெண்ட்ஸ் வச்சு நான் என்ன பண்ணலாம் HK I can even to represent it. Okay, so this is the first thing. First we need to prove this. Okay, now what we have proved is HK belongs to HK can be written as H1 inverse K. Okay, for H1 belongs to H intersection K. அது அசைன் பண்ணிட்டேன் H1 வந்து H intersection K ல இருந்தா இப்படி எழுதிக்கலாம் அப்படின்னு just assume. Okay, so for H1 வந்து சேஞ்ச் பண்ணிட்டே இருக்கும்போது டிஃபரெண்ட் வேல்யூஸ் நமக்கு கிடைக்கும். எத்தனை கிடைக்கும் பார்த்தீங்கன்னா இது எத்தனை இருக்கோ அதுல வந்து we will get it. Therefore HK is represented at most. Okay, அதுக்கு மேல போக முடியாது. Is at most order of H intersection K times. Okay, அதுக்கு மேல டெஃபினட்டா ரெப்ரசன்ட் பண்ண முடியாது. கண்டிப்பா வந்து order of H intersection K times இந்த எக்ஸாக்ட் கிடையாது. order of H intersection K times இந்த it just repeats. Okay, exactly அப்படின்னு எப்படி ப்ரூவ் பண்ணனும் அப்படி பார்த்தீங்கன்னா similar logic. Okay, you have to take two elements. Suppose that HK equal to H dash K dash. Okay, அந்த மாதிரி எடுத்துட்டு we are going to do it. I think it's time, so I will stop with it. Maybe the converse part I will prove it in the next class. We'll stop it. Thank you.